Hey friends, we had fun time identifying the mood and the feelings in those paintings this morning. So now we're going to be looking at creating a mood in our own picture today. And I thought we'd go with spooky as our mood, or kind of scary. So we're going to do a haunted house. Now, I will teach you how to draw the house part, and then you get to choose whatever you want to add around the house to create your mood. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You will need a sheet of paper, a pencil, and eventually I'm going to use colored pencils today. We'll be using colored pencils or whatever you feel comfortable with coloring with, or whatever you have in your household. So let's go ahead and start. So when we're drawing, we're going to start with the main part of the house. And I think before we do that, we need to kind of draw where the house is going to be sitting on. So let's draw a line across the page to determine where the land is. So not in the middle, but a little bit lower. And one thing I've noticed when I was looking at all the haunted houses online that people drew is they did these wonky lines. So they didn't do a straight rectangle. They would kind of make the lines go out a little bit. I think it kind of makes it look like you're walking up to it and the house is kind of falling down a little bit. So we're going to do some, what I like to say, wonky lines. So first line is going to be diagonal out a little bit. And this is going to be the main part of the building. I'm going to come over. And then I'm going to go down on the other side. All right, and then we'll put the roof on, and the roof is going to come out a little bit on each side, diagonal up, and I'm not going to do a pointed roof. I'm going to cut it off because there'll be a little room up here on the top. So I'm going to do a couple lines going up, and you're going to have this little secret room up here on the top of this house. Okay, so we've got the main part of the building. Now let's go ahead and add the two wings on the sides. And again, I'm going to use those kind of diagonal lines to kind of make it look a little bit eerie. Add the mood. Add to the mood, which we're talking about today. Then we're going to go on to the other side. And again, I'm going to make that line kind of diagonal. All right, so we've got the main structure of the building. And just a reminder, you guys can rewind and whatever you need to do if you're not keeping up. You can pause it and catch up to me at any point. Let's go ahead and add the door. The door will be just a rectangle here in the middle. Okay, let's put a little doorknob on it. You can put a little window. Maybe you could put somebody looking out of the window if you wanted. Whatever you want to add to that creepy sort of feeling, scary feeling. That's fine. Okay, so once we've got that door drawn, I'm going to add a little roof over the door. So again, I'm going to kind of make it a little lopsided, maybe looking like it's going to fall down a little bit. Not really trying to make it all my lines straight, because this is kind of an old, scary looking house. Okay. So once I've got some of those lines drawn in, I'm just going to put some lines here to indicate that maybe it's got some depth to it. Okay, so once I have that drawn, now you can add windows. Now, I don't care if your windows are the same shapes as mine. You can do circles, you can do rectangles. I've been using kind of this shape where it's flat on the bottom and round on the top. And I kind of liked that look on my last house I drew, so I'm going to keep with that. If you want to do rectangles, that's totally fine. But go ahead and throw in some windows on your house. You can put the bars on them, or you can leave them off. And I'm going to go ahead and put another one over here. And it might be fun to put a round one up here at the top. All right, so our house is pretty much drawn. We've got the structure of it. We just need some details to make it look more creepy. So I like the little textures of a roof. So I'm going to go ahead and put just some shingles on the top. You can just repeat that over and over again. It's like repeating the letter U over and over and over. Okay. All right, so once you've got your shingles on, it all looks pretty nice still. We want it to look scarier. So I like to put some cracks in the walls, and I just do that by putting just some random lines here coming in to the sides. You could have spider webs in the corners of the building here. You could have things hanging off the roof like it hasn't been taken care of in a long time. Again, more cracks, stuff hanging off. We're going to make a sidewalk leading up to the house because we want to make it feel like we're walking up to the house. And to make that effect, we're going to actually have our lines come out. We're not going to have them straight because we want to create that illusion of space that we can walk into the picture. You do that by putting 2 diagonal lines, and then you can put some sidewalk lines. And as you do that, you want them to get closer and closer and closer together as you get closer to the house. And then again, you can make it all cracked. You could put cracks in the sidewalk and stuff. Or you could put leaves or litter. Again, maybe grass growing up in there. Okay. All right, so there's our haunted house. Now you guys, you get to choose what you get to add to it. So I'm gonna stop there. You're gonna fill in the rest of the space. So you may want to do, you know, if you look at this one, we put trees, we put a moon, but I didn't put in a lot of figures. And I know my last class, they put ghosts everywhere. They put witches on brooms. You could draw people, you could draw animals, whatever you want to draw, you get to fill in the rest of this space. So I hope you have fun drawing the house, and we're not coloring today. Just go ahead and add what you want in pencil, and next week we'll color it. Okay? When you're done drawing it, show it to me, and you'll be done for the day. I'll see you then.